Checking in. How we doing? Oh, there we are. We're live. Fantastic. Oh, it's so exciting. So exciting. Let me go ahead and get this thing shared out and pinned. Pin that. Pin to my profile. Yes, sir. Click the share button. Send via direct message. Yup. And now it takes 7 years to get this thing working. Dude, it's like incredible how badly they, like this Nikita guy, cooked chat. I've been saying this every time, and I'm just gonna keep saying it because he did completely destroy it. Like it was a usable and solid, product, and now it's just a disaster. It's like silly, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Also live live on Pump Fun. All right, and then we'll just go ahead and copy that. Bang. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Overexposed. I'm live. I'm Eddie, aka Dancing Eddie. As always, it is windy outside today, man. It is windy. I don't know about you, but I am like brr. It's chilly. It's cold. It's windy. We're rocking and rolling though anyway. We got lots to talk about today. Today, we're going to go through a couple posts. Like, I like to go through a couple posts. But then after that, we're going to do some group reading. Some group reading. Is there a fight going on right now? Who's fighting right now? My mom was saying this. Someone else was saying there's a fight, apparently. Hold on. I got to find this. Let me find out who is this fight about. Let me check. I'll check Pump Fun. Excuse me. Let me check Polymarket. Polymarket.com. All right. Let's see. Who we working with here? Is that right now? Is Jake Paul right now? Jake. Hold on. When is the Jake Paul fight? It's now. What? Oh, okay. Well, they're not going to start until like 10:30. All right, whatever. We got time. I'll watch that later. That is crazy. Polymarket has the odds insane. 9%. 9% for Jake Paul. That's crazy. That's tough. That's a tough look, Jakey. That's a tough look. All right, hold on. Let me fix up some of this so that you could see me. Hold on. Cuz I'm going to back up a bit. Oh, look at my hand. It's beautiful. And now it's crisp. Fantastic. All right. Let's go ahead, back up. Hello. All right. It takes my camera a second to like figure this out. So just give it a second. Give it a second, chat. All right. There we go. Now we're good. All right. So let's see. Jake Paul at 9% versus Anthony Joshua's 87%. That's kind of nuts. And that's going to be tonight. Also, there's a guy who lost $800,000 on will Trump release the Epstein files by today, because they did. They did release some files, and oh my God, it is bad. Like it's not pretty. It's not pretty. Michael Jackson was mentioned in there. There's some people that it's like, yikes. There's a lot of names here. View resolved. Let's see who. Kevin Spacey, Prince Andrew, Alan Dershowitz, Donald Trump. Yep. Bill Gates. Bill Gates was in there a little bit, as was Billy Clinton. Bill Clinton was definitely in those files. There were a lot of pictures of Bill Clinton in those files. And apparently, so the way that they did it, right, is if you took a picture with someone who was underage, they just blacked out that person's face who was underage. So they just blacked out all the underage people. Bill Clinton was in a lot of pictures with blacked out faces. A lot of redactions for Bill Clinton. Not great. Same goes for Billy Gates. Not optimal. Tough look. Tough look for the boys. Yikes. Okay. All right. Let's get back to X. Let's start going through some of these posts. All right. We got an hour. Let's rock and roll. All right. All right. Bookmarks. Fantastic. Let's hop in. We're going to get back to that. All right. So we're going to run through some of these bookmarks here, and then we're going to talk about the pump fund situation. All right. First, Jess was talking about the Epstein files. And like, I'm not going to go too deep into them. But yeah, most transparent administration in history. I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that. Like, these are some of the files that were put out. Just redacted. Just the whole thing redacted. I mean, are we serious people right now? Now, here, I understand. There is argument, right? There is an actual argument ongoing that, like, there's actually important information here that, if released, would be super damaging to, certain individuals, and particularly the victims. And I get it. That's actually, that's a very fair argument. But like, how do you release this the entire page is redacted? Like, we can't get an and symbol. There's not a single word. Like, is this entire thing bad? Maybe. But this is a crazy... There's not a single word that's visible on this document. Except for this. Except for that. That's visible. Not a single word. I don't know. I mean, I get it. It's about the victim, right? So it is... Maybe there's a real justification there. But it is tough. It is tough to see this and think, yep, transparent. It's tough to see this and think, yep, transparent. But who knows? Maybe there is some like actually damning stuff behind those blackouts, and maybe it is actually stuff that the public shouldn't see. I'm not going to say outright that this is, the absolute way it should have been handled, because we just don't know. But someone made the decision that this needs to be blacked out. So I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that. All right, let's keep rolling. I cannot believe. Oh, let me just make sure this is good. All right. I cannot believe that this is what today's youth has to deal with on their SATs and standardized testing. All right, like, thinking about how the SAT reading section now has micro passages that can be as short as 25 words. What is this question? The following text is from David Barclay Moore's 2022 novel, Holler of the Fireflies. That's very recent. The narrator has just arrived at summer camp, which is far away from his home. This place was different than I thought it would be. I'd never been somewhere like this before. I did feel scared, but also excited. According to the text, how does the narrator feel about being at camp? He feels both scared and excited. I did feel scared, but also excited. He feels both scared and excited. Are we serious, people? This is a question for the SAT. We're judging our youth. America's youth is being judged on whether or not they could read. I did feel scared, but also excited. He felt both scared and excited. Are we serious, people, bro? I'm at a loss for words. How is this an actual question? It's actually ridiculous. Oh my God. Reading comprehension at 0 in today's day and age. I got to run through this again. This place was different than I thought it would be. I'd never been somewhere like this before. I did feel scared, but also excited. According to the text, how does the narrator feel about being at summer camp? He feels both scared and excited. Is this actually what we're testing America's youth with? And then we're deciding where they get to go to college, which arguably decides the rest of their life, off of these questions? Chat, what the fuck? Like, what? Oh my God. It's crazy. It's crazy work. I am shocked. I am shocked. I'm astounded. What's up, Lawyered? I see you. I see you, Lawyered. Do LSATs. Oh boy. LSATs are literally fun. LSATs are fun. I actually did. I only studied for like a month or two for mine. I did all right. And, I was actually pretty upset with mine because I was getting like 175s out of, they're graded out of 180. I was getting 173 to 175 on the practice tests. And then I got like a 168 or 167 on the actual. And I was like, damn, dude, really? I was nailing all these practice exams. And then I was like, and the hard part about that grade is it's like, it's high enough that you don't really want to do another, but it's low enough that it's like, I wish I got in the 170s, but whatever. All right, what else we got? We're speeding through this because I do want to get to the pump fun stuff. This one was funny. I didn't know that they were dancing it up in Saudi Arabia, bro. Hey, shout out ladies. They're having fun. I mean, that looks fun. Great tweet, though. I like how you could tell that they're new to dancing. Like, that's great. Because you can tell, like, you grab a bunch of white girls from New York and you throw them at a rave, like, they're gonna go down. They know the drill. Like, throw some Latinas into a room with Bad Bunny. Like, watch out. These girls, they're just kind of jumping around. Like, I get it. Rock out, but yeah, they're definitely new to this, like, to the scene. I get it, ladies. This isn't your jam yet. You'll get there. Speed running. All right. So Timothy Chalamet, hold on. Honestly, very low-key, great post from OG here. Timothy Chalamet might actually be the white boy of the century. I'm not like, this guy is going crazy. All right. He decided that for this Marty Supreme movie he's putting out, that he'd become like a hip hop animal. Let's take a listen. Okay.
4 pint that dirty. 10 out 30. Still sipping dirty. Still putting work in. Let's go. Got your birthday. I'm checking. It seems like they Chalamet chillin', trying to stack 100 million. Girl got $1 billion. What the fuck? What a wonderful feeling. Hit to the ceiling, hit to the since 2017. I'm living the dream, getting the cream. I'm living on theme. I'm doing the things. Body supreme, body supreme, body supreme.
Yeah.
I'm flexing. Got can coping, not checking. Got model bitches.
Let's go, Timothy. Dude, Timothy Chalamet's on something else, man. Like, I gotta say, that guy's cooking. I don't know what he's drinking. I don't know what's in his water, but that guy is electric right now. Guy's on a generational run. This is, I used to be a hater. Now, can't lie. I'm with him. All-time white boy run. Love what he's doing. God bless Tim. God bless. I'm going to go watch your movie when it comes out. I want to see this guy win over and over again. That guy, that's the actor of my generation. 100%. 100%. Like, my parents grew up on, like, Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise even. A lot of Toms. I got Timmy. We got Timmy. That's my boy. That's the guy that I gotta see this guy, Tim Chalamet, for, like, the rest of my life. He better be a cool dude. And he's delivering. So, Tim Chalamet, I'm with you, bro. I want to see you win, and I want to see your movie come out great. So, God bless. White boy of the century. Not close. Let's see it, bro. I'm looking forward to this guy's movie. Like, and it's kind of crazy because the whole marketing campaign has been something else. Like, the whole marketing campaign is just like some guy that's not really all that smart, but he's just the greatest. And he's like, yeah, I just got, I got a blimp and it's going to drop ping pong balls on the planet. I love it. I don't know. Something about Timothy right now, his aura is peaking. Absolutely peaking. Crazy glaze. But, dude, I'm with him. Like, this guy if he's going to represent my generation, he's got to be cool. And he's delivering. Props to Timothy.
I'm having fun, just sexting. My dick is young and restless.
All right, that was a crazy line though. Like that was too much. Let's chill out. Let's chill out on that one, big dog. That was too much. I don't need that. I don't need all that. All right, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm too senseless. I respond like, bitch, you can't.
All right, what else we got? Let me just check on something. If you guys are listening in the chat, let me know. I would love to see you guys, and please say hello. Love to see what you guys have to say. And I am reading chat, so would love to chat with you guys as well. We got a bunch that we should go through. I could. LSATs are literally fun. I see you, Lord. I see you. I'll say this. Allison, there had been rumors for months that he was the rapper SD Kid. I don't know. I didn't know about that. Huh. God bless. If that's the case, God bless. All right. I'm going to keep rolling through some of these because I do want to get to the case. I know some of you might have tuned in for the Pump Fun case. I'm going to get there. I'm just clip farming right now. So give me a second. I'm going to run through some of these tweets and we're going to get there. Mike Lee says, would you like to seize cartel assets as a privateer? My bill would allow the president to issue a letter of marque. So basically what he's saying is like, if you run your own company, giving you the opportunity to seize assets of the cartel on the government's behalf. Brian Armstrong's interested. I got to say this, like, I don't disagree with this. I'm not a big fan of the cartel, not a huge fan. But at the same time, for a guy who runs an exchange that's kind of like known for improperly seizing assets, not the best look to be like, how many more assets can I seize, Mr. Government? Like, I'm just saying, it's not the best look. The amount of times that Coinbase has improperly seized assets or locked down accounts for very normal, on-chain users. Not the best look to be like, hey, we want to lock down more. I don't know, Brian. I don't know. It's like sometimes I'm right there with you, Coinbase, and sometimes I'm just not. And this is one of those times where it's like 50-50 in a sense. Kind of yes. I'm for shutting down the cartels. I am not for Coinbase being gung-ho and shutting down accounts, though. So, just a thought, How about let's make sure that we're locking down the right accounts always before we're like, let's shut down more. And this is like a bigger, this is part of a bigger situation where I think a lot of companies have too aggressively been like, America's about innovation. We love America all of a sudden. Like, we love America now. Yeah. America's great. Let's do everything that America wants us to do. Yes. And like, yes, to an extent, it's cool, right? I'm an American. I like seeing, this like America, like, let's grow America. It's great. But sometimes it's like, guys, chill. Like, I know that you don't actually love America this much, like you're very clearly just pandering to the U.S. government right now. Like, relax. You don't need to go that hard. So this is one of those situations where it's like, I got it. I know that we want a strong deterrent against crime. But again, this is one of those exchanges that's over and over and over again lock down accounts that it really shouldn't have. And then to see them be like, yeah, we want to lock down more. It's just like, all right, dude, relax. What else we got? All right, so if you guys are seeing Rivian all over the timeline, I'll tell you why. So Rivian is pulling what people in crypto are referring to as a half pipe, okay? So you could see here, it's going down the half pipe. Imagine you're a skateboarder. You're going down, and then you hit the bottom. And then all these higher lows, low, higher low, higher low, higher low. It's just, it's rounding up on the half pipe. It's rounding up. And much like there was a cultural movement to pump GME, to pump GameStop, there's a couple guys in crypto led by this one dude named Jintao that are like, holy crap, wait a minute, guys. There might be a half pipe forming here. And it seems like it's happening. Do you see this? Do you see this breakout? Chat. There might be a chance. Look at this. Imagine. Now, so we're down here. We're at the bottom of the half pipe. And now imagine this. It begins its way up. And imagine the second part of the half pipe. Imagine that. Imagine an $80 Rivian. Imagine a world. Why not? Why not us? You know? Why not us? I'm for it. I'm for this. I want to see Rivian at $80 a share. In fact, I'll say this. When Rivian pulled this dump, I didn't believe in Rivian at all. Now, I go out and look on the street. It's like it's a car company I'm starting to notice more of. I'm starting to see their cars out in the wild. And they look nice. They look better than other cars. I have no idea what the profit to earning ratios is for Rivian. I have no idea how many cars they're actually selling. All I know is that there's more cars on the road now than there was at this point in time. And this chart is kind of pretty. Allison in the chat says, I really like their cars. They look good. Let's pull that up. Let's see. Why can't I pull that up? Huh. I wanted to pull up that comment. I can't. I see you, Allison. I really like their cars. They look good. Yeah, they do. Let's see. Allison in the chat says, I really like their cars. They look good. They absolutely do. Rivian's cars are kind of fire right now. Like, they're pretty cars. They're nice trucks. I actually would love one, you know? So, hell yeah. Like, this trading at $55 to $80 a share, that would be fantastic. And imagine that. Imagine the half pipe. What a beautiful image that would be. It's happened before. It can happen again. I'm with him. I'm with Jintao. God bless Rivian. Let's see it pull the half pipe. I'm down. We're going to keep things rolling. All right, dude, guys, it cannot be this easy, okay? It cannot be this easy. William Banks, this guy, I don't understand. This guy recently escaped from a prison, and he kind of documented, like, I broke out of prison, guys. Check it out. He documented it, found a girl, like, a girl fell in love with him for the weekend. In part because how can you not, you know? Like, look at this face. This is a loving face. And it was just exciting. And he was like posting updates like, I found the love of my life. And now I don't know what happened. I don't know if he went back to jail. I don't know what happened. And he's apparently on a plane now with like, there's no way to say it. She's gorgeous. She's a beautiful girl. What's happening here? What is he wearing? There's just like spills. Is that blood? They're watching anime together. They're sitting together. Hold on. Her name is Audrey? That's a beautiful name. Oh my God, dude. Like, this is a love story. They're watching anime on is that economy class? We can't be serious right now, right? Like, what is he up to? And then on top of all this, it's this easy, boys. Guys, there's no shot. There's no way it's this easy. How you got to have a certain type of riz to be this guy and to pull her on the flight. I couldn't pull her if I tried, man. That is wife material. Damn. You know, like, what am I doing wrong? Not everyone has riz like this guy. It's true. It's true. Like, what are those open sores? I can't do it. I can't do this, man. How is he pulling like this? God bless William Banks. That guy is on a generational run. Breaks out of prison and is finding his wife as a flight attendant in economy class all in the same year. This guy, incredible work. All right, what else we got? Let's keep this rolling. I think I might have one or two more. You know, I'll just say this. I have no idea what's happening with like Twitter and what their verification process looks like. This is a government account. That is a government check mark right there, right? This is a government check mark. This account is verified because it is a government or multilateral organization account. And it's got a pump fun coin from 4 hours ago. Jay Epstein. Like, what is going on? Dude, that's Ansem. What is going on? What is this post? Like, this is just, it's silly. It's silly. I'm at a loss, man. I really am at a loss for words. It's absurd. Ansem, put some pants on. Oh my God. That's incredible content. That is incredible content. I mean, the timeline right now is insane. The timeline is just Epstein. Let's see. Or maybe not. Yep, there it is. There. Like, are we serious? What is that? What is that? Oh, here we go. Gino's got something to say. I got to listen to Gino. Hold on. We got to tap in on this. What does Gino have to say?
Epstein files that were released today.
I got the joke. I got the joke, Gino. That's clever. He's saying nothing because it's redacted. You see, and then he says Bill Clinton. That's great. All right. You know what? I gotta say, Gino, incredible sense of comedy. Love what he's up to. That's phenomenal. All right. Anything else we got to say here before we move on to the case itself? Because we're about to move on to the case itself. If you guys are watching, we'd love to see what you guys have to say on either the Pump Fun chat or the X chat. Or, by the way, we're apparently live today on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. So if you guys want to watch us on YouTube, you can. We're live, rocking and rolling. Is a single person watching on YouTube? Let me find out. Like, I have no idea if even a single person is watching on YouTube. Let's take a look-see. Let's take a quick look-see, chat. Let's take a quick look-see. Okay. Overexposed show. Search. All right. I'm looking. It says we're live. Wow, the vertical is awful, but it exists. The horizontal, I'm looking. It's there. And there is not a single person in the YouTube chat. Not even one. Incredible. All right, well, off to the races. For sure. It's certainly starting, you know? Like, you got to start somewhere. That's incredible. All right. If anyone else is in the X chat, we're about to start looking into there it is. YouTube hates you, bro. That's funny. There is a comment, and it's from the own Overexposed show account. That's great. All right, if you guys are watching on X, we're about to tune in to the situation with Pump Fun. Let's do that. Share this tab instead. All right, let's walk through this a little bit, all right? Aguilar v. Baton Corporation Limited, doing business as Pump.Fun. It's in the district court, the Southern District of New York. Okay. This was last updated December 18th. So we can take a look here. This was the original complaint. This came out earlier this year, January of this year. The primary litigants, as far as I'm aware, it's Burwick Law, and I think they've assigned, to split some of the caseload with. I think Wolf Popper is the other group that they're working with. So let's take a look at this. All right. So there has been an update, a pretty notable update that they posted about. There's been a lot of filings here. Some filing errors. Interesting. This is Court Listener. It allows you to look at some of the court updates as they come, like some of the court filings as they come along. You do have to buy some of these, right? Like if you actually wanted to get into this. Look, it's 50 cents to see the Gito Labs blog post announcing their $10 million raise. It's an exhibit. But let's get there. Hold on. What are we looking for here? This is what we're looking for. All right. I wanted to download that. Actually, can I just make this bigger? How do I make this bigger? Damn. All right, I'm gonna just have to download this and then stream the download. 1 second. 1 second. Download PDF. Let's do that. Oh, nope, that works. You guys can't see a word, can you? How do I hide this? I'm working on like a different browser for this purpose. Oh, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Fantastic. We figured it out. All right. So this is this is a decision and an order granting plaintiffs leaves to file a second amended complaint. So basically, they're amending their original complaint. Their original complaint was in January of this past year. And as far as I know, they did a lot of basically alleging that they were selling unregistered securities, et cetera, et cetera. And let's see what they have to say now. Again, this is a complaint. This is not by any means a decision from the court. This is not like the court is not saying anything in here is accurate. It's just a complaint. And when you file a complaint, the expectations are that all of the claims that you're making are non-frivolous, that they're actual claims, right? That they could be based, that they are based, in fact, and that there's some kind of argument to be made. They might be kind of a stretch, but there has to be at least some kind of argument there. Can't just file bullshit. That's the expectation. So let's take a look. We're going to do some reading today, chat, all right? Doing some reading today. And if you're hopefully you're on for the ride. I have no idea if this is going to be clippable at all, but I figured might as well try it out. So these are the plaintiffs. It's a class action as far as I know. So that's how they brought the action. That's how they brought the complaint. It's against Solana itself, including Anatoly and Raj. So this is also when people are like, Pump Fund's quiet because they're part of a lawsuit. They named Anatoly and Raj, and they're definitely talking. So, like, no. And it's executives Dan Albert, Austin Federa, and Lily Liu. Batten Corporation, that is Pump Fund. And its co-founders, Elon Cohen, Noah Tweedale, Dylan Curler, collectively the defendants. Okay. Plaintiffs allege that defendants coordinated a scheme referred to as the Pump Enterprise. All right. That's funny. To profit from they just made up this word. That's great. To profit from the cryptocurrency token launches by secretly granting insiders priority access to buy newly issued tokens while misleading ordinary users into believing those launches were fair. Right off the bat, how? Like, we all know that's not how Pump works. Unless Pump themselves were launching the coins and not and like telling insiders, but they're all public. Like the tokens, once they launch, they're live on the chain and they can just be bought. All right, hold on. Let's hear it out. Plaintiffs seek to represent a class of all persons who purchased any tokens sold through Pump Fund during the class period defined as March 1st. All right, so this is defining the class period, which you have to do in a class action, and who suffered an out-of-pocket loss on those investments, the class. Okay. They also seek to represent a narrower Pump token subclass consisting of all persons who purchased 20 specific tokens. Any tokens sold through Pump Fund during the class period. That's crazy. It's a lot of tokens. Okay. But then they're going to specify 20 specific ones later on. Okay. Let's see. Plaintiffs assert 4 claims against the defendants. First, okay, a claim under Section 12A1 of the Securities Act of 1933. Okay. On behalf of the Pump token subclass against Pump Fund and its co-founders, based on their alleged sale and solicitation of sale of unregistered securities. 12A1, let me make sure on what that is. 12A1. I literally just had a test on this. I'm just blanking. Yeah. So what they're saying there, that's what I thought. This is not like, basically they're saying that they sold securities. I don't like saying they. They is a bad word. It's a bad word. It's a slur in legal because no one knows what it means. The plaintiffs, Burwick Law, is saying that Pump Fund sold unregistered securities under the Securities Act of 1933 that were not exempt for any reason. Okay. Second, they bring claims under the racketeer influence. It's a RICO. It's a RICO claim. Okay. All right. Cool. An alternative with respect to the pump token subclass based on several predicate acts. Third, they assert claims under New York General Business Law, Section 349 and 350 for deceptive acts and false advertising on behalf of New York residents of the class. Interesting. Fourth, they assert a claim for unjust enrichment against all defendants. Okay. So let's get into it. If you guys are listening on X, I want to see what you guys have to say. Like, feel free to comment along. I want to see what's on your guys' mind. Overview of the Pump Enterprise. Again, they made this up. Like, I have no idea what the Pump Enterprise is. I've never seen that word before. So they're rocking. Let's see what they have to say. Central to the alleged Pump Enterprise was Solana Labs blockchain, a decentralized network. So this is why they're suing Solana. A network that allows users to create, transfer, and trade digital tokens without any central authority. Wait, hold on. Isn't this like directly against the idea of bringing in Anatoly and Raj? If it is a decentralized network that allows you... Okay, let's see what they have to say. Solana Labs relies on computers called validators. Yep, which process transactions. It's describing validators. Because validators control and order the speed of transaction processing, Solana's validator system allegedly enabled defendants to provide insiders priority trading access. Whoa. All right. I don't think so. But okay. Solana Labs defends and maintains the core software, including the Solana Validator client and the Solana SPL, which contains this SPL token program and Token 2022 standard that governs how tokens are created and traded. As alleged, Solana Labs provided the infrastructure that made Pump Enterprise possible. But it's decentralized without any, this is without any central authority. Chat. Why would they, if you're writing this complaint, why would you say this? That's like directly against the argument. Anyway, we're going to keep rolling. 1 second. All right, hold on. Also, by the way, Chris, just so you know, if you want to take a look, the one on the YouTube stream that's vertical might be like completely broken. I can't tell, but if you just want to take a look at it, I don't really mind. That's interesting. All right. Anyway, I just had someone message me. Let's keep things rolling. Is anyone in the X chat? Is there a single I saw, is Allison still there? Is Lawyer there? Just want to say hello if you guys are there. Let's see what else we got. Jito Labs. This is where they try and bring in Jito. A software and infrastructure. Martinez, what's up, dude? I see you. I see you, Martinez. GM Martinez. Jito Labs, a software and infrastructure provider for the Solana blockchain, developed tools. Okay, so they're talking about tools. Allowed insiders to pay for priority execution, ensuring their transactions were confirmed ahead of ordinary users. Dude, I can't help but feel like this is a stretch. Jito Labs' ability to control transaction priority allegedly gave insiders early access to new tokens before the public could purchase them. Chat, I think this is weird. In short, plaintiffs contend that Jito Labs' priority ordering mechanisms enabled insiders to jump ahead of ordinary users in the transaction queue. Wait. I thought the whole argument was going to be like Pump Fun knew that there was going to be a lot of effort going into tokens X, Y, and Z. So they told people beforehand that tokens X, Y, and Z were going to be, you know, a lot of marketing attention was going to go into it and so on and so forth. What they're saying is it was just like transaction priority, like MEV, like Jito Labs allowed insiders to trade much faster and have priority access to brand new token launches. So basically sniping facilitated by Jito. On which coins? Does anyone think that this is accurate? And finally, Pump Fund served as the public-facing platform where new tokens were launched. Pump Fund charged 1% platform fee on all trades. Yep. Marketed its launches as fair and rug pull proof. Yep. Let's see what else. They alleged Solana's validator infrastructure and Jito Labs' priority execution tools allowed Pump Fund to process the buy orders of insiders ahead of the general public. I don't know. I don't think that this is like I don't see where they're getting at. Because insiders purchased first, their early buys triggered the start of rapid price escalation. By the time the ordinary users placed their orders, they were pushed up to the back of the processing queue. There's no shot. What coins? This is not like, I'll just be honest. This is not how Pump Fund operates. According to plaintiffs, this created a rigged launch environment. Insiders faced low risk and high, near guaranteed upside, while ordinary investors bore almost all of the downside. No, but like that's on which tokens though? This is the problem. It's like this complaint isn't specifying which tokens this happened on yet. It didn't have like this is not how it ran. It wasn't like Pump Fund is a protocol that anyone was using. It's not like Pump Fund was facilitating that. And part of the problem that's unclear here is in which case, like, are we talking about snipers? If we're talking about snipers, maybe, but so apparently Jito somehow worked closely with Pump Fund. And some snipers knew which tokens were going to do well before they even began. So people were sniping those tokens and they were somehow sniping them before the bonding curve. But like you can also buy out the bonding curve whenever you launch a token. Martinez says in the chat, seems very vague. I mean, it is. I mean, it's like seemingly for someone that doesn't know how this works. Yeah, it's pretty specific, right? Like they launch tokens and they let them launch, they let them buy tokens before the general public. But which tokens? How did they know that these were going to be successful launches? Et cetera, et cetera. Like, I don't know about that, Chief. All right, let's see. And Solana Labs would not have benefited from the increased ecosystem metrics. Yeah, okay. According to the complaint, each defendant had a defined role and visibility into the other's conduct. Okay. They also shared a financial interest in maintaining a high-frequency cycle in which new tokens were created, quickly purchased by insiders, and rapidly resold to the public at rising prices. Plaintiffs described this pattern as a system designed to launch tokens and immediately churn through waves of buyers. Which tokens? All of them? All of them? Really? I don't know about that, Chief. Procedural history, we can mostly skip this. Is like, there's interesting. There was the CI provided nearly 5,000 internal chat logs involving Pump Fund personnel. Interesting. Yeah, these are legal standards. We can mostly skip through this. Leave to amend. This is explaining some like procedural stuff for the court. Okay. Motion is timely and diligent. So, okay. Apparently, this is interesting. So, apparently, there was evidence that is new and significant that chat logs that were not available became available, that between Pump Fund, Solana Labs, Jito Labs, and others facilitated this, supposed insider trading, right? Where Pump Fund would launch a token. Jito Labs would facilitate some kind of activity from insiders to buy the token before the rest of us. I would assume sniping is what it's referring to, even though sniping isn't distinctly referred to in this document. And that's what they're talking about. And I don't know what's in these 5,000 chat logs, but apparently there's something in there. The amendments are targeted, not transformative. Plaintiffs state that the SAC would, oh my God, amended complaint, 40 to 50 new factual paragraphs. 40 to 50 new factual paragraphs. That's a lot of paragraphs. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about this. But on which coins? Plaintiff's request for an in-camera review. In-camera is like for the judge. Yeah, I don't. Courts in this district. Okay. Yeah, so some of this is like boring legal jargon to explain why the court should do this. For the foregoing reasons, plaintiff's motion to leave or to file a second amended complaint is granted. Given that the plaintiffs filed their motion for leave on September 24th, they have had more than ample time to review and process the material supporting their amendments. Accordingly, plaintiffs request that they have 35 more days to file the second amended complaint is unwarranted. The following deadlines reflect the time reasonably necessary to complete the amendment. Plaintiffs must file their second amendment complaint on or before today, December 19th. Must be by today. Defendants must file their motions to dismiss on or before January 23rd, 2026. Wait, did they file anything today? Because this was filed 10 days ago. Let's find out. Was anything filed today? I don't think so. Nothing was filed today. There was no amended complaint filed today. Huh. Did Burwick Law tweet anything about this? Because they should have filed today. They tweeted nothing today. So then, did they just not file? Because here, look here. So if I pull this up, Pump Fund and Solana lawsuit update, leave to amend, file new complaint was granted. This was granted as of, and they state this on December 15th, and this was the file. This came, December 9th. But this says on the last page that it needed to be filed by today. They needed to file their second amended complaint today. And it's not here. Like, if you look here, the last thing on this list is December 11th. So unless it was filed and just not uploaded here, which is possible, like it may not have hit court listener yet, I guess we're gonna find out more, right? Because here, like if you look into this whole complaint, it's a lot. Like there's a lot going on here. And they talk about Fwog and Griffin and a few and Fred and whatever. Yeah, I don't know. This does seem pretty vague. To be honest, at the time, I felt like this was not the strongest of complaints, especially we're talking about securities laws in a world where the SEC is changing things rapidly. We don't really know what is or isn't a security in the crypto world under these, definitions. We even had Hester Peirce come out and she said to the effect of, meme coins are probably not securities in large part. So it's going to be hard to justify a lot of these arguments. And it seems like from the gist of what's being said. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me read this. So extension of time to file document. This is from December 10th. Let me just see something here. The court's decision in order granting plaintiffs leave, okay, requires plaintiffs to file their Second Amendment amended complaint by December 19th. They want to move it from December 19th to January 7th. An extension of 19 days. Okay. So apparently in early September 2025, a confidential informant alerted plaintiff's law firm, alerted Burwick Law to nearly 5,000 internal chat logs. So someone apparently reached out to Burwick Law in September of this year and just like gave them 5,000 chat logs between, Telegram, Discord style exports involving members of the Pump Fund team and third parties. And then the confidential informant produced the first tranche of those chats to Burwick. Huh. Showed multiple direct communications in which individuals identifying themselves as Solana Labs engineers exchanged messages with the Pump Fund engineers and provided technical guidance concerning integration of key software. Okay. But like, that's just business, no? That's not insider trade. I'm like kind of confused here. But all right. Oh, that's funny. Guys, it's the holiday season. Let's get some more days to file this complaint. All right, fair. So that's what they ask. They ask for it to be extended. Let's see. Do they get it? Do they get it? Order on the motion. This was December 11th. This is from Max Berwick. Okay. Additionally, due to the holiday season now upon us and the related staff vacation schedules, finalizing the document by December 19th, which is today, will be extremely difficult. Yeah. But wait, did they get it? There's one more thing to look at. Did they get it? I can't tell. It's not clear. I have no idea. I have no idea if they actually got the extension. I don't know if they did. So if they didn't get the extension, then it should have been by today. But if they did get the extension, then who knows? But like it's not stated here. Huh. Well, chat, I don't know. I guess we don't have a resolution to this. I guess we just don't know yet. Max Berwick's at the World Trade Center? That's awesome. That's a cool little office he's got there. But yeah, then I don't know. I couldn't tell you what the situation is. Damn. So I guess we don't know. Basically, though, apparently there was some kind of confidential informant that in September of this year shared a bunch of chat logs and said that Jito, the Solana Foundation, and Pump Fund are apparently working together as like a cohort to get insider transactions in with priority for pump launches. And I guess hyped ones, like hype pump launches, even though I don't know if there's any such thing as like a hyped pump launch. I don't know how many snipers are in on hyped pump launches, but I guess that's why they're saying like the bubble maps are always messed up. I don't know. I don't know, chat. I don't know if I'm not sold by this. As someone that like trades the stuff, I'm not sold. I'm not sold by what's going on here. But it looks like we're going to find out more. Like there should have been an update today. And Burwick Law does not have anything about this. They have an attorney dancing, which is great. Respect that. But that's it. Like there's no other updates. Yeah, leave to amend, file new complaint was granted, but not the extension. So I've no the extent. It should have been. It should have been today. It should have been today. Chat. Is anyone in the chat? Love to see what you guys have to say. Love to talk to you guys if anyone's there. If it's literally a single person is there. Is there a single person out there listening? Also, I gotta say this though. To Burwick Law. All right, I'm single and I live in the New York City area. All right. Who's this? Is she single? Chat? Like, hey, shoot my shot. Like, what's up? I'm Eddie. We have an imposter among us. Good to see you, Martinez. Thanks for listening in, man. Hey, man, all I'm saying is I'm down if you're down. All right? Respectfully. Love me an intern, I guess. All right, bro? Like, she's cute. Shoot me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, man. Is there anything else that we should cover today? Let's see. We're going to run for another like 5-10 minutes here and then send this one home. I think that's about it. On that case. Let's see. Yeah, so this is, it's funny. This is exactly what the case was about. Like this tweet from Jason here is kind of exactly what the case was just bringing up. The pump fund case, the bonding curve. The bonding curve is a permissionless product, meaning anyone can build a tool to deploy on pump fund coins, regardless of what restrictions we put in place on our front end. Yeah. Not to mention the fact that bots easily circumvent CAPTCHAs nowadays. A CAPTCHA would at most inhibit those with no access to tools who launch coins directly on the pump fund website. Serial deployers, PvPers, and VAMPs would continue to be launched, such is the case for those who bundle and multi-wallet. I mean, this is him saying right here, like, pump fund's bonding curve, pump fund itself is a permissionless product. Anyone can launch on it. Saying that somehow they are in cahoots with Jito is a little weird to me. Like, it's permissionless. It's crazy that I'm seeing this on the timeline right now because this tweet right here from Jason directly relates to this whole case. They're talking about the same thing. They're talking about launching coins and the product of the launcher, the bonding curve. It's a permissionless product. It's going to be hard. That's the thing. It's going to be hard, in my opinion, for Burwick Law to have like a strong and coherent argument that stands up in like a court of law with a defense against it. As just a standalone complaint, it's interesting, but once it gets to like an actual argument stage, I don't know about that. Yeah, this is the whole reason why. This tweet right here, that's the whole reason why. Clip that. What else we got? Handsome flexing a 10% stock gain is the most accurate snapshot of where CT is at right now. We're cooked. 100%. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I might buy Rivian just to be a part of this, but oh my God, that's funny. Oh, it's real. It's real. Handsome flexing a 10% stock gain. The man used to shill like 1,000 X's like it was a Saturday, and now it's a 10%. This is tough, dude. This is really tough. What are we doing here, man? Why are all the Crypto Bros stock guys now? It's just like a tough watch. Clip that. Oh, man. there anything else that we should talk about tonight? If you guys are in chat, if you have any thoughts, let me know. Let me know. Because I think that's about it. We're going to roll for another, 2-3 minutes here. Oh, man. Oh, there was one great DGen CPA tweet I got to comment on. It was funny. Got yelled at for 3 hours by a Latina. I'm not even banging. It's just banger of a tweet. Banger of a tweet. What's up, Brando? Soul, I see you. And it's liked by AOC, Nick Fuentes, John Summit. Bro, what are these likes? Which, by the way, likes are supposed to be private, Mr. CPA. I see you, Brando. Good to see you, man. Likes are supposed to be private, and he's putting them on blast. But AOC and Nick Fuentes and John Summit all liking the same thing. I'm glad that we as a society can agree that getting yelled at by a Latina for 3 hours is like a shared experience. This is a shared experience that we can get behind and laugh at no matter what side of the political aisle we are on. Nick Fuentes, AOC, and John Summit all found this funny. I love it. I love it. Like, this is America. What a melting pot. Tremendous stuff. Clip that. All right. I think that's probably good for tonight. Anyone else got anything? Chat, you guys any thoughts? Anything you want to bring up? If not, we'll take this puppy home. I think we'll take it home. All right, chat. This was fun. This was a good stream. Quick little hour here talking. First time I ran through a complaint on stream. It's real quick. It's not a complaint. It was a motion, but whatever. We're going to get things back. We're going to get things rolling. Expect a lot of content throughout the week. Plenty to come out. We've recorded, 3 streams in a row. Only a couple clips have hit the timeline so far. So we've got a docket. If you guys see it come out, please feel free to, leave a like, whatever, share it, helps the stream. And yeah, we'll be back maybe next week. I don't know if I'll be back on stream throughout next week. It's a 50-50. It's a maybe. It's a wazi. It's a woozy. But the week after, we are going to be running this puppy up. Martinez, good night, dude. No problem. Insights whenever. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Your time is appreciated, my king. Really, it is actually appreciated. Thanks, dude. Thanks for coming in. All right, we're going to wrap this puppy up. You guys, enjoy your night. We'll talk soon. Peace, homies.